So I've been feeling a little awkward every time that I'm invited now for a keynote, a roundtable, or I don't know, a talk. And it has been feeling like something's off. And I just put a little thought on that. Why would I feel weird about doing something that I've been doing for, twice per week for the last 10 years, going on a certain stage sometimes, or engaging with people from the distance of a talk or a keynote. And that felt normal until now. And now I feel that that distance really does not allow for the juice to happen. Every time that I go on stage or to give a keynote, and in the end we have this Q&A moment where people ask questions, and I feel like I really want to have time to elaborate on my answers, eventually receiving more questions after, and just going around with that iteration that brings so much more than the talk. So, and I do believe that the quality of the question really raises the bar of the topic. It's really when we are engaging with people that are asking different questions that we actually evolve in our thoughts. So it's been weird to go to a talk and feeling that I did not want to talk at all, but engage with the people that are around and listening to what I have to say. I feel that there's a lot more interest in that. And then I went to a different format where 12 people were, um, asked to come to a round table, that I thought, oh my God, 12 people on the round table, this would be too much. But in the room, there was only 20 of us. And so we had the time to um, go deeper in a certain topic that matter to all of us. And I found that so much interesting. And I do believe that there was a moment where gurus and people that had very specific knowledge had a lot to say. And I think that allowed us to have access to a certain level of information that um, otherwise we couldn't have at that moment, because we did not have internet at the time. Information was not that available. But now that we can go online and we can connect and have access to information in so many layers, I think that that format is becoming obsolete. So, and then I inquired a little deeper inside and asked myself, what do I feel that drives me to actually move and go towards these keynotes and all of that? And my answer was so obvious, is that it's not about what I want to say or how good I feel to be invited to these talks. Is normally I decide to go if I feel that the group that is putting together the event, or the people that I assume that are going to participate in the event, are interesting, because my goal is to engage with those people that are thinking about the same topics that I am, and I just want to evolve in the conversation. And I did not realize this until very recently. So I don't know how you feel about this, but I am so tired of this distance and superiority. Oh, I'm in the stage, you're not. You're listening to me. I'm projecting whatever I feel that is my truth onto. It does not make any sense to me at all. So I was thinking about, how can we be in a context where, obviously, imagine that is like 100 people, 1,000 people. Not, we can't have a conversation with 1,000 people at the same time, but how can we create formats where people are heard and an actual discussion can occur? So I'm going to continue to think about this, but I just wanted to share how i I don't feel that nowadays we should be engaging with um, formats that create this distance. So I believe in this convergence of people that are thinking and putting a lot of thought on how to solve the big problems of the world. And those are the gatherings that I want to be part of. And there are a lot of summits and new formats of gatherings that are bringing this to surface. I just hope to receive the information of what's happening in this scenario so that I can participate and engage. So it's just a thought. Not sure how I'm going to evolve after this, but yes, the time of the gurus is over. None of us is, I don't believe that any one of us is a guru or has a lot more to say than another. I believe that each one of us has a certain function in the ecosystem, and some of us have the function to communicate and create and articulate ideas, and that's a function. It's not better or worse than a person that has a routine supporting an hospital and does not even have the will to go into the philosophy of the world. It's a different function. They're supporting an hospital, they're supporting like the basic system and the basic structure of the world we live in. So and the different types of functions, when we look at them with respect and understanding of how a living system works and lives, then you do realize that if I for some reason have become a keynote or have something to say, it's just because my function comes from that place of contributing from kind of a knowledge to articulate and to share content in a way that is easy for others people to understand, or to participate in a context that you are actually fed by the questions and all the content that is in the room that you are attending. So I don't know, I'll sit with this. Just share with me what are your thoughts around this, and yeah, let's create formats to on a more horizontal interaction. And yeah, on the last layer, I maybe that's why I moved to Substack, because I don't want to have a persona, as I did have in Instagram or even in LinkedIn a little bit. But Instagram was just too much, and I did not, I don't connect to that anymore. So maybe in Substack we can all have an honest conversation on the topics that we actually care about. So yes, here I am. Let's see how this evolves.